Okay, in this first video, we're going to go over practice set 4.3 that you completed last night for homework. Make sure that you're correcting your work and not just the answers. Number 1 is 6.4. Number 2 is 16. 3 is 8.7. Number 4 is 10.5. Number 5 is not tangent. 6 is not tangent. 7 is not tangent. And 8 is not tangent. Number 9 is 68.4. Number 10 is 39.2. 11 is 46.2, and 12 is 54.4. Now I'm going to go over the Pythagorean theorem type problems, and then the next video will be going over the other types of problems. All right, so for number 1, there would be a right angle right here. So if I want to solve for the side lengths for x, I do leg squared plus leg squared. So this first leg is 4.8, and the reason is the radii are the same length. Those are both radii. So I do 4.8 squared plus x squared equals, and then the length of this entire hypotenuse is 8. So equals 8 squared. Oh, that doesn't work. Why doesn't that? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have 4.8 squared, and that gives us 23.04 plus x squared equals 64. So 64 subtract 23. Let's see, 64 period minus 23.04, and that gives us x squared is 40.96. I'll take the square root of that, and x is 6.4. All right, number 2. Now from here on out, I'm just going to set up the problems. If you need help with solving, you can ask a buddy or come to tutoring or see me on Friday. But from here on out, I'm just going to set up the problems for us. All right, this is a radius, so is this. So this entire length is 6.4 plus 6.4, or 12.8. And there would be a right angle at the point of tangency. So these are your legs. All right, so we set it up 12.8 squared plus 9.6 squared equals x squared. And again, x is 16. Number 3, here's your point of tangency. So there's the right angle. At the point of tangency, that's where your legs meet. So if I set up for Pythagorean theorem, 6 squared plus 6.3 squared equals x squared. X is 8.7. Number 4, this is x. Here's your right angle. So there's the legs that form that right angle. So 14 squared plus x squared equals 17.5 squared. And number 5, we want to determine if the line is tangent. Now, unfortunately, I gave you all these examples that were not tangent, so technically you could have set all these problems up right. You could have set all these problems up wrong and still thought that you were right. So let's pay attention to the way that we're setting up the problems. Even if you got not tangent, let's make sure that you're setting them up correctly, because in the future there will be some that are tangent, and it will definitely hinge on you being able to set them up correctly. Okay, if this is tangent, then there would be a right angle right there. So we're going to use these as the possible legs. Radii are both 6, so this length here is 12. So then the question is, does 10 squared plus 12 squared equal 15 squared? And if you work those out, they are not equal, and that's why it's tangent. Not tangent, sorry. Number 6. This would be the possible point of tangency. So is that a right angle? Well, that's a leg, so we'll set up Pythagorean theorem. 16 squared plus 7.8 squared equals 18.4 squared. Now I always get the question, how do I know If 6 is the radius or the whole thing, and the big huge hint there is the arrow showing that this is going all the way across, and that's how we know 16 is the diameter, not just a radius. All right, those are not equal, so this would not be tangent. Number 7, so the two radii are the same length, so this has to be 7.8. So this entire length right here is 11.8 plus 7.8, so it's 19.6 when you add those two together. This is the possible right angle here, so we use that as a leg and 16 as a leg. So you want to check and see, does 7.8 squared added to 16 squared, does that equal 19.6 squared? And it turns out that it does not again. Sorry, I wish I'd put one on that was tangent, but I didn't check ahead of time. Again, just make sure you're setting them up correctly, because it is possible you could have set it up incorrectly and still gotten the right answer of not tangent, which doesn't work the other way around when it is tangent. All right, number 8, the radius is 10.5, so this radius over here is also 10.5. So this entire length right here is 18.4. All right, this is the possible right angle at A. So the possible legs are 10.5 and 14. So you would set up 10.5 squared, add it to 14 squared, and check to see does that equal 18.4 squared. And when you check it, it does not equal. So again, not tangent. Okay, the next video has the rest of the homework worked out.